Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Breeders' Cup Challenge Win and You're In Series, Claiborne Farm, Darby Dan Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Endeavor Farm, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Quillen Leather and Tack, Spendthrift Farm, Thoroughbred Owner Conference, and Windstar Farm.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring the latest victory by an undefeated champion in the Grade 1 Cotillion Stakes and a Super Saturday for trainer Chad Brown, including an upset winner of the Grade 2 Pennsylvania Derby. We begin with sprinting 3-year-olds at Parks Racing and the Grade 3 Gallant Bob Stakes. No holding back Bear, the 3-1 favorite. Keith Jones picks up the call.
The quarter was 22 flat, less than 3 gates to go. Navy him just a neck. Awesome Speed right there, second on the outside. Full Salute in with a chance, coming 3 wide third. No holding back Bear is in between horses, in behind the leaders. 3-5 India trying to work out some running room down at the inside as they turn for home. Navy him clings to a short lead. Awesome Speed still on the attack. Here comes No Holding Back Bear on the outside. Down inside, 3-5 India. 4 abreast with an 8 to go. No Holding Back Bear to take the lead. Mind Your Biscuits now coming with a late run on the outside. No Holding Back Bear in front. In fact, he's clear. Mind Your Biscuits up for second. It's No Holding Back Bear.
No Holding Back Bear holds off Mind Your Biscuits by a length and a quarter. Eurico da Silva aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 109-3. A stakes winner at Woodbine and Presque Isle Downs earlier this season, No Holding Back Bear was favored off his third-place finish in the Grade 1 Kings Bishop Stakes. The colt by Put It Back was bred in Kentucky by Jerry Jemgotchian. It was a $25,000 Keeneland January yearling. No Holding Back Bear has earned nearly $505,000 for Bear Stables. Michael DiPaolo trains the winner. Darby Dan Farm Stallion Tapiture, 5-time graded stakes-winning millionaire by leading sire Tappet. Tapiture proved to be popular in his first year at stud, covering a full book of mares in 2016. Watch for Tapiture's first in-foal mares selling in November. To Woodbine for the Grade 3 Durham Cup. Are You Kidding Me? The 1-2 favorite. Robert Geller has the call.
They go to the 3.5 furlongs in Decision Day. Got out to lead by 3/4. Now a length as they sprint. Nippergon stays in range, and Are You Kidding Me closing on them now. Only a length away is Freitag, who's travelled well. And last up with the Birds. Are You Kidding Me makes the move to come after the top two now. Decision Day on the inside, Nippergon the centre. And Are You Kidding Me makes a swift run at them 3 wide. On the outside, Freitag called on up with the Birds from last. Down the lane, and Are You Kidding Me's hit the front. On the inside, Decision Day battling on. Nippergon's the centre, and Freitag's the threat, is coming on strongly after Are You Kidding Me? Are You Kidding Me in front though, now spurts away, and class prevails, and Are You Kidding Me's just got too much on them. Are You Kidding Me could have gone much further ahead to win, but scored 2.5.
Odds on favorite Are You Kidding Me by Darby Dan Farm Stallion Runaway and Hyde holds off Freitag officially by 2.25 lengths. Alan Garcia up in 149 flat. A 5-time graded stakes winner at Woodbine, the Roger Outfield trainee was coming off a second-place finish in the Grade 2 Nijinsky Stakes on turf. The 6-year-old horse was bred in Kentucky by his owners, Michael Reardon, Ronald Kirk, and John Bates. The Sovereign Award winner as Canadian champion older male, Are You Kidding Me, has earned $892,000. Are You Kidding Me paid $3 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series.
The best seek fame and fortune. The best is elegance at 120 decibels. The best run all day and party all night. The best are speed, power, and grace. The Breeders' Cup, with 13 championship races and $28 million in purses and awards, the best is yet to come.
Multiple Grade 1 winner First Samurai by Giants Causeway got off to a quick start at stud, siring Grade 1 winners in each of his first 3 crops. His talented son Lee captured the Grade 1 Don Handicap in record time and retired to stud with over $2.3 million in earnings. Sovereign Award nominee Stack Deck captured the Grade 3 Bold Venture Stakes and Grade 2 Kennedy Road Stakes, both just to tick off track record times. First Samurai at Claiborne Farm.
And now a Florida thoroughbred history moment. In 1956, a small, feisty horse from Florida named Needles and his owners Jack Dudley and Bonnie Heath shocked the racing world, winning the Kentucky Derby. Needles proved that champions with modest pedigrees could be grown in the Sunshine State, thanks to the limestone-rich soil and spring water. His wild acclaim created the horse capital of the world that we know today. This has been a Florida thoroughbred history moment.
Quillen has been providing quality leather goods worldwide since 1982. Our custom halters are handmade in the nation's largest halter shop right here in Paris, Kentucky. From checkbook covers, wallets, and a variety of gift items, or one of our famous handcrafted halter plate belts or work belt, all are hand finished in our leather shop. And for over 30 years, not a lot has changed in the way we do business and the quality of service and products you'll get at Quillen. Quillen Leather and Tack, South Main Street in Paris, or online at quillen.com.
Don't miss your opportunity to attend the next Thoroughbred Owner Conference being held at Santa Anita Park, October 31st through November 3rd, the same week of the 2016 Breeders' Cup Championships. Enjoy a great lineup of speakers and topics, plus be part of the post-position draw for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Your conference registration also includes reserved grandstand seating for both days of the Breeders' Cup. The Thoroughbred Owner Conference, October 31st through November 3rd at Santa Anita. Register now at ownerview.com.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Commonwealth Oaks coming up in this segment. We begin at Laurel Park with the Grade 2 Commonwealth Turf Cup. Forced to pass the 3-2 favorite. Dave Rodman has the call.
The pace is solid indeed, with Heiko leading the way. Heiko, this big long shot out there, about a length and 3/4 in front. From McKagan second and Mr. Brightside third. Forced the pass is out in the clear, racing in fourth spot. They're followed by Flash Phelps in fifth, then Flatline is sixth on the inside. Reporting Star, then Ferran, still about 7 lengths to make up as they head on for the far turn run. Then Black Type and Top of Mind, and El Jefe Grande around that far turn. Heiko's still there. Heiko 3/8 from home. Mr. Brightside and forced the pass now. Called on to run to the far outside. McKagan is next in fourth, and Flash Phelps and Top of Mind is going to be the one widest into the stretch. And Flatline is saved ground, improved a couple of spots. Flatline is advanced on the inside all the way up to fourth. They're coming to the final furlong. Forced the pass. Top of Mind on the far outside. Determined Heiko down to the inside. And at the rail, Black Type gets through. Black Type with a quick foot on the inside. Black Type, Top of Mind, and it's going to be Black Type, Top of Mind.
7-2 second choice. Black Type rallies along the rail to defeat Top of Mind by half a length. Trevor McCarthy aboard in course record time of 1:33.2. Since shedding blinkers, Black Type has won 3 consecutive starts for trainer Christophe Clement. French-bred 5-year-old gelding by Dunkirk was imported by Jeff Stucker Stable. Black Type has earned $471,000. Access Thoroughbred Week replays every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. To Belmont Park for Distaff Turf Milers in the Grade 3 Noble Damsel Stakes. Mrs. McDougall, the even money favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
They went 24-2 for that first quarter mile, and they're heading for the far turn in pursuit of Mrs. McDougall, who heads into the turn with the lead here by a length and a half. Akatea Mahjong Madness next. The half was 48-3. And right behind them is Stormy Victoria with in between horses as they make their way around the far turns. Zendaya's on the far outside, and then it's back to Bureau de Change. And My Sweet Girl is trailing the field as Mrs. McDougall comes toward the top of the stretch in front. Mrs. McDougall turning for home here with a 2-length lead. On the outside, Zendaya has moved up into second now. Mrs. McDougall and her stablemate Zendaya 1-2 with a furlong to go. After that, Stormy Victoria, followed by Akatea. Mrs. McDougall with something left here, and Mrs. McDougall is going to go on to victory in the Noble Damsel.
Mrs. McDougall, the front-running winner by 2 lengths over Zendaya for a 1-2 finish by Chad Brown trainees and Keeneland Sells graduates. Arad Ortiz Jr. up in 1:34.4. Winner of the Grade 2 Lake George Stakes at 3 and the Plenty of Grace Stakes at Aqueduct earlier this season, Mrs. McDougall stepping down in class after finishing 7th in the Grade 1 Diana Stakes. The 4-year-old filly by Medalla d'Oro was bred in Kentucky by Aaron and Marie Jones and was a $450,000 Keeneland September yearling. Mrs. McDougall has earned nearly $482,000 from Mr. and Mrs. William K. Warren, Jr. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at upcoming sales. Back to Laurel Park for 3-year-old turf fillies in the Grade 3 Commonwealth Oaks. Stella Rose, the 8-5 favorite. Once again, here's Dave Rodman.
It's the Truth, a narrow lead from Involuntary. It's the Truth, a neck from Involuntary, Broken Bridle. Here's Stella Rose continuing to work up between horses. Princess is at the rail. Price to Perfection's on the inside, too. And next is Shawasi, who's fully ridden out 3 wide on the turn. My Impression, about 8 to close at the quarter pole. And Noble Beauty, and last is Super Allison making the turn in. It's the Truth trying to scamper away well off the inside. The inside Princess. And here comes Price to Perfection in between horses, and My Impression gets through on the inside. My Impression's always had run and gets that clear inside trip under Jose Ortiz and kicks away by 3 lengths. My Impression making a very good impression in the Commonwealth Oaks, coming home strong to win by 3 or more.
My Impression finds racing room to defeat Noble Beauty by 3 1/4 lengths. Jose Ortiz aboard in 146 2. Winner of the Christie Cat Stakes at Delaware Park 2 starts back. The Shug McGahee trainee was coming off a last-place finish in the Grade 2 Lake Placid Stakes. The filly by Sky Mesa was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Stuart S. Jenny III. My Impression has earned $172,000. Spendthrift Farms leading freshman sire Dominus, a multiple Grade 2 winner by Sire of Sire Smart Strike. A top 5 first crop sire by earnings, Dominus is the sire of 7 2-year-old winners, including All Right, winner of the Kentucky Downs Juvenile Stakes, and Straight Fire, runner-up in the Grade 1 Del Mar Futurity.
And here's the wire. It's Palace. And they're coming down to the finish, and it will be Palace. Palace is pouring it on, and Palace dazzles here.
Endeavor Farm is located just outside of Midway on the Old Frankfort Pike. We will board horses for a number of different clients throughout the United States and Canada. We will focus on breeding mares. We also will be doing sales prep, either for the yearling sales here in Kentucky or for the breeding stock sales also here in the fall and in the early winter. We have our hands on every horse here every day. Endeavor Farm prides itself on being able to give individual care to every animal here.
The Winstar Farm Star Breeders of the Month are Ed and Sharon Houdon. Ed and Sharon are the breeders of HIP 356 from the 2016 Keeneland September yearling sale. The Speightstown filly out of general consensus was the Book 2 session topping filly selling to Shadwell Estate Company for $800,000.
Up top with Jeff, $800,000. Good luck.
Thank you, Ed and Sharon, farm manager Mikey Callanan, and all the team at Sierra Farm. You make the dream possible.
And they're off in New York. The premier state bred program in the United States. When you own a New York bred, your horse can run for more than $44 million in purses, restricted to registered New York breds. And the New York program pays awards to breeders, owners, and stallion owners when their New York breds finish first, second, or third at New York tracks. We have the quality. Day at the spa, all the way. You have the opportunity. New York breds, get with the program. The best program.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 2 Pennsylvania Derby coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. First stop is Laurel Park for the Grade 2 Commonwealth Derby on turf. American Patriot, the 8-5 favorite. Dave Rodman has the call.
About a dozen lengths from first to last. 47 3 was the half mile. There's less than 4 furlongs to go now at the Commonwealth Derby. And the target is still
Franklin Towers from Heel Pay by a length. Franklin Towers into the far turn, and Heel Pay trying to make an impression from the outside and quicken up that pace even more. Scholar Athlete is third, and American Patriot down inside fourth. Isotherm is on the move on the far outside, has just passed American Patriot, who keeps that rail just above the quarter pole, and Deeply Undervalued's got a chance coming in the red cap on the far outside. Going to swing 4, 5, 6 wide into the stretch. They make the turn for home, and it's Heel Pay just in front from Isotherm, then Scholar Athlete trying to punch his American Patriot down to the rail. American Patriot room on the inside. American Patriot and Trevor McCarthy on the outside is Deeply Undervalued and Manny Franco, and here is Deeply Undervalued sweeping up, and Isotherm will be second, and American Patriot in the photo with Heel Pay, followed by Revved Up and Scholar Athlete.
6-1, Deeply Undervalued gets up to take it by a length over Isotherm, who has a head on Heel Pay for place. A sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. Manny Franco, the winning jockey, in 146-3. Another graded stakes winner for Chad Brown. Deeply Undervalued had only a Saratoga maiden victory to his credit in 5 previous starts. The colt by Kitten's Joy was bred in Kentucky by Stone Street Thoroughbred Holdings. Deeply Undervalued has earned $213,000 for Clarovitch Stables and William H. Lawrence. The colt was consigned by Warrendale Sales, agent for Stone Street, to the 2014 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Hepe Partners for $200,000. Grade 2 Commonwealth Derby winner Deeply Undervalued, the Keeneland Sales graduate of the week. Next, the Grade 3 Los Alamitos Derby. Accelerate, the 9-10 favorite. Bobby Newman has the call.
48 seconds flat was the half mile as they chase Chris and Dave to the far turn. Chris and Dave, Blackjack Cat, Accelerate going to be widest. Room at the fence for Semper Fortis, and he takes advantage. Semper Fortis dives down to the rail and comes away with a short lead as they move around the turn. Semper Fortis, Accelerate on the extreme outside. Blackjack Cat, these three now try to kick on from Chris and Dave, who's got to dig down and find more, and they're at the head of the stretch. Accelerate widest into the lane, comes calling with Semper Fortis. Semper Fortis, Accelerate, and Blackjack Cat running a big one between them. Semper Fortis, the inside still there. Accelerate, Blackjack Cat trying to get to him. Semper Fortis, the leader as they come down to the final 16th. Accelerate now wearing him down on the outside. They come down to the line. Semper Fortis, Accelerate. Accelerate wins the Los Alamitos Derby.
Odds-on favorite Accelerate gets up to defeat Semper Fortis by a head for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Tyler Bay's up in 148-2. The John Sadler trainee followed an 8 3/4 length maiden victory by winning the Creative Cost Stakes at Del Mar. The colt by Lookin' at Lucky was bred in Kentucky by Mike Abraham and was a $380,000 Keeneland September yearling. Accelerate has earned nearly $237,000 for Ronus Racing. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. To Remington Park for the Grade 3 Oklahoma Derby. Fish Trap Road at 2-1, a slight favorite over Texas Chrome. Dale Day has the call.
And Way Striking continues to wing it up front, but only by 3 parts of a length now. Stick Stately Dude is pulling up alongside with 5 furlongs left. Fish Trap Road stays clear in third, and now at the rail inside straight is just a head better than Texas Chrome. Solve still 6. Secret Passage now begins to move with a half mile left, splitting Solve and Seeking Blame as they approach the far turn. Past the Buck is moving. Ready and Taglio at the back with 3 lengths back, then to Ready Dancer. 47 and 1/5 seconds for the half mile. They're in the far turn, and Stick Stately Dude has a nose in front ahead of Way Striking. Outside, Fish Trap Road stays parked wide third. Rolling wider is Secret Passage. Trapped behind runners is Texas Chrome with a 1/4 mile left. Solve swings out looking for a lane as well. Top of the stretch on the Oklahoma Derby. Stick Stately Dude grabs the front. Here's Fish Trap Road outside, and Texas Chrome has the seam inside. Texas Chrome with a furlong to go. Race on in the Oklahoma Derby. Stick Stately Dude by a head. Texas Chrome skimming the meadow trying to get through. It's these two. Texas Chrome, he's all heart, and he wins the Oklahoma Derby by a half length over Stick Stately Dude.
Texas Chrome gets up to defeat Stick Stately Dude by half a length. C.J. McMahon aboard in 148-4. Back-to-back Derby victories for Texas Chrome, who captured the Grade 3 Super Derby 15 days earlier. The colt by Grasshopper was bred in Texas by Craig Upham and was a $10,000 Texas sale yearling. Trained by J.R. Caldwell, Texas Chrome has earned $842,000 for keen thoroughbreds. To Parks Racing for the Grade 2 Pennsylvania Derby, the 7th meeting between Classic winners Nyquist and Exaggerator. Nyquist, the 6-5 favorite. Keith Jones has the call.
And they're off. Beautiful clean start in the Derby. Nyquist away in good order. Gunrunner is there for mid-pack. On the inside, it's Awesome Slew. And as they come by us the first time, Awesome Slew in from the far outside. Hit it once more, is up and on the pace. Cupid the Gray also there. So Awesome Slew off the rail. Cupid second. Nyquist just off them third. On the inside now, Connect moves up fourth. Gunrunner is away racing fifth. Hit it once more, far outside sixth. Summer Revolution down inside seventh. While About Deb is eighth in between horses. Sunny Ridge 3 wide running ninth. After that comes Discreet Lover. Exaggerator well toward the back of the pack. Exaggerator down inside is about 10 back as they head to the back stretch. And late running by band Sam Trails. The opening quarter was fast, 23 flat. Awesome Slew in front, 3/4 of a length. Cupid sitting second on the outside. Good trip for Nyquist. He's third by Connect. Gunrunner also in a good spot. He's fourth toward the inside. Connect is down at the rail fifth after a half in 47-1. So a little bit of a breather there for Awesome Slew, who has kicked away to a clear lead with a half mile to go. 19-1 on Awesome Slew. He's in front almost two. Cupid second. Nyquist begins to make his bid. Nyquist begins to gain on the outside. Gunrunner up within 3.5 lengths of the lead. Exaggerator try to get involved now on the far outside. Exaggerator is about 6 lengths behind as they come to the 5/16 pole. Awesome Slew is still in front. Nyquist has moved to second. Connect is gaining ground down at the inside. Gunrunner on the outside is now within 3 lengths of the lead. While About Deb is putting it a run. Exaggerator is still back. He's 5 or 6 behind as they come off the turn. Here comes Nyquist out in the middle of the racetrack. On the far outside, Gunrunner is there. Connect has come through on the inside. Those three together with a furlong to go. Gunrunner forges to the front mid-stretch. Connect is right there on the inside. Those two battling it out with 70 yards to go. Connect the inside, Gunrunner the outside. They're coming to the wire together. It's Connect. Connect has won the Pennsylvania Derby by a half length over Gunrunner.
10-1 Connect scores the upset by half a length over Gunrunner. Javier Castellano, the winning jockey, in 150-1. Front-running winner of the Curlin Stakes at Saratoga, the colt by Curlin, was coming off a distant 6th-place finish in the Grade 1 Travers Stakes. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Fox Strauss and was a $150,000 yearling. Connect has earned $950,000 for Paul Pompa Jr. The 31st graded stakes victory of the year for Chad Brown, the nation's leading trainer by purse earnings. Javier Castellano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Coming up, the beat goes on for a champion filly.
Here's Machono!
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Private Zone has run a 45 flat half mile and has opened up 2.5 lengths. Private Zone's got the lead close to home and he's all by himself. Private Zone wins the Forgo.
Old Colony provides the best coverage with the best service at the best rates, insuring many of the finest farms and horses in the country at discounted rates for over 50 years. Let Old Colony provide insurance quotations from one of its nearly 20 different markets that will compete for your business. Old Colony Insurance, serving the horse industry with strength and stability at great rates for over 50 years. For more information, visit us online at oldcolonyinsurance.com.
Hey racing fans! With EmpireCityBets.com, you can now place wagers from the comfort of home on thoroughbred and harness tracks around the world. Empire City Bets is an advanced deposit wagering service that offers both internet and phone wagering. With EmpireCityBets.com, you get sign-up bonuses up to $300, weekly promotions, and daily rewards on most tracks, including an industry high of 8% on Yonkers races. You also enjoy live video and race replays, and with exclusive content from some of the best handicappers around, there's no other place you'll want to bet. Don't race to any other site, race to EmpireCityBets.com.
The pinnacle of bloodstock opportunity, where the sport's most influential bloodlines and participants from around the globe converge at the largest and most important breeding stock sale in the world. The Keeneland November Breeding Stock Sale, offering Grade 1 winning fillies, stakes-producing mares, outstanding weanlings, and featured dispersals. The Keeneland November Breeding Stock Sale begins Tuesday, November 8th.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Parks Racing for 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Cotillion Stakes. Undefeated champion Songbird, the 1-5 favorite. Here's the call by Keith Jones.
And they're off. And a perfect beginning for Songbird. She came bouncing right out of there. Quita Esther is out in the middle of the racetrack. Karina Mia moving up down inside as Catherine Sophia takes back. So Karina Mia will use that inside position, and she will win the run to the first turn. Mike Smith is content to yield that position. She'll sit second now on the outside with Songbird. Just in behind those two is Disco Rose. Catherine Sophia is edged out into the clear. She's fourth on the outside. It's about 3 lengths off of Karina Mia as they head toward the back stretch. Another 3 back to Landover C, and Quita Esther trails after an opening quarter in 23 and 4. So Julia Peru is going to try to get it done on the front end with Karina Mia. Shadowed outside by the champ. Songbird sitting second. She's only 3/4 of a length behind. Disco Rose, the long shot, just in behind those two. And Catherine Sophia is going to follow the run of Songbird with a half mile to go. The opening half was 47-3. So Karina Mia, Songbird still 1-2 as they begin to make their way to the far turn. Disco Rose is still close up. Catherine Sophia well within striking range. And now Mike Smith makes his move. They head to the far turn with 3/8 to go. And now Songbird up to engage Karina Mia. And Catherine Sophia, she's in with a chance. She's only 2 lengths behind the two. So the big three right together with a 1/4 mile to go. Songbird still under a hand ride. Karina Mia beginning to be ridden along a bit. And Catherine Sophia now suddenly 3 lengths behind. But Songbird comes off the turn. And the champ has taken command. At the 8th pole, Songbird begins to stride away. Karina Mia second, Catherine Sophia laboring back in third. Here she is, folks. Just a magnificent blend of grace and power as she comes to the finish. Songbird, a picture of perfection.
Odds-on favorite Songbird rolls home by 5 3/4 lengths over Karina Mia, with Catherine Sophia distant third. Mike Smith up in 144 flat. The 11th consecutive victory for Songbird and her 7th Grade 1 Stakes win. The champion 2-year-old filly of last season is 7 for 7 this year. The filly by Medalla d'Oro was bred in Kentucky by John Antonelli. It was a $400,000 Saratoga yearling. Songbird has a bankroll of $3,372,000. Jerry Hollendorfer trains the undefeated champion for Fox Hill Farms. Another big weekend of racing with 3 Grade 1 stakes at Belmont Park and 5 Grade 1 stakes at Santa Anita. We'll have those races and much more next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week has been presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Breeders' Cup Challenge Win in Your In Series, Claiborne Farm, Darby Dan Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Endeavor Farm, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Quillen Leather and Tack, Spendthrift Farm, Thoroughbred Owner Conference, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.